What?
You ever hit yourself in the stomach?
I don't think I've done that. Does that work?
I don't know. I know. I was
sitting there just like punching yourself.
Welcome everybody to the Bob and Katie Show.
I'm Katie.
And I'm Bob, and we are in stealth mode. The kids have no idea that we just walked away to come record a podcast. How long do you think it takes before they realize we're missing? Because that's how kids are. They look around and be like, where the hell Mommy and Daddy at? Let's go get them.
Yeah.
We got to find out what they're doing.
Searching.
So you'd be like, dude, you don't need to know what I'm doing. I am a grown adult. You are a child. Just go play with some toys and leave me alone. Speaking of kids and... Sorry. Riley had his first sleepover, and it was good. It was good. I guess it wasn't his first like sleepover because he stayed like with our family before, and he stayed with Sherry, my sister, and her kids. So I mean, like he's stayed away from.
Can I tell you my story first because it's a lot shorter, and I think it would be good to start with, and then we can go into Riley's sleepover.
I mean, it's your show too. Whatever. What story you got?
Every so often, you have to ask your kids, what do you want to be when you grow up?
You asked them that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I ask them from time to time because you have to ask them because it changes over the years. Well, the other day I was like, man, it's been a while. So I'm just sitting there with the kids and I was like, Riley, what do you want to be when you grow up? And without missing a beat, well, he did pause for a second. He had like momentary like reflection. It was like deep reflection. And he answers me with complete confidence. He says, I want to be the Flash.
Like it's a thing.
Yeah.
Like I can do this. I can make this happen.
Because in his mind, he believes that. He believes he can grow up and that's what he aspires to be, is the Flash. And I asked him, I said, now, do you say that because you want to run real fast or because you want to like help people or both? And he's like, I want to run real fast.
Yeah, I want to be real fast.
So Reagan, she chimes in because Riley was like, he was sitting right there with me.
And the answer to the question is 2 minutes.
Yes, you did.
You did have breakfast 2 minutes and 30 seconds before they came to figure out where we were.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
So I asked Reagan. Oh, no, I didn't. Reagan chimed in. She was standing right there. And she goes, I just want to be a regular mommy.
What's a regular mommy?
That's what I asked. I said, well, that's fine if, when you grow up, it's fine to want to be a mommy. That's fine. I said, well, what do you mean a regular mommy? I said, like me? You think I'm just a regular mommy?
And we're back. Any idea where we were? Do you have a thought at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Reagan says, she says she wants to be a regular mommy. And I asked her, I was like, what do you mean? Like me? You think I'm just a regular mommy? And she's like, yeah. And it broke my heart. And then Riley, who was sitting right there with me, he goes, Mommy, I know you. You are not a superhero. And I was crushed. Like it crushed me. And there's many times in parenthood where kids say things and they don't know what they're saying, but like it still cuts you real deep. And when they were like, you're just a regular mommy, I was like, dang. It cut me deep, Bob. It cut me deep.
I mean, I don't know how to respond to this conversation because he's not wrong.
Yes, he is.
You're not a superhero.
What?
I mean, I think you're a fantastic mother for sure.
Let me ask you this.
You're like a superhero.
Is there any one other person on the face of this planet that could step into my shoes and do everything I do? Heck to the no. So therefore, I am a superhero.
Now,
I'm irreplaceable, Bob.
You're talking about to our family.
Yes.
But I mean, there are other mothers out there in the same exact situation that you are that are doing the same things.
Oh, yeah. Heck yes. Like, almost every mom is a superhero, really.
Not all of them. Not
I
all
said
of them.
almost.
Not all of them.
I said almost. Okay, because I said almost. We'll just leave it at that. Yeah, but here in this little world, yes, I am very much a superhero, and they need to recognize it.
One of your little superhero villains is downstairs crying right now.
I know.
They fixed it. I don't know what happened, but they got it under control. Now, back to Riley's sleepover. It was kind of a weird situation because I went too, and normally that's I don't think that's a normal thing. But my buddy Tim and his son Luke, Riley and Luke apparently had been asking about each other because they don't get to see each other very often.
They're the same age. They're like only a couple months.
Yeah, Luke's a little bit older.
They're like 3 months.
And they
difference.
live, like 2 hours away?
Yeah.
It's about 2 hours away.
We see need a diaper train.
And we're back. If we're going to continue to try to record during the day, because we've found that this is really the only way to be super productive with the podcast. Because by the time the nighttime gets here and we put these kids to bed, we're just too tired.
Yeah.
But when we do it during the middle of the day, we're 15 minutes in, and at least 7 or 8 of it I have to cut out because it's just there's nothing there. You know what we should do? If I could figure out a way to make like some weird elevator music, like every time we get interrupted by the kids, I'll just put it in the podcast.
Anybody want to hold while we go change dirty diapers?
Look, this is what makes us the team that we are, though. You had to change a dirty diaper, right? So I was like, hey, I need to knock out a task too. So I went and pooped myself. It's teamwork. It's good.
Is that really?
That is time management is what that is.
Yeah.
I could have just been sitting up here.
I'll give you that. Teamwork, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I was able to do that because you took care of the dirty diaper. It's teamwork. Next time, I'll take care of the dirty diaper. You go poop.
Next time, you'll probably be at work, and then I'll have to change the dirty diaper while holding my own poop. Not like in my hand.
Oh, I was like, what? How do you change diapers? Wait, are you trying to?
No, I mean, holding it in. Holding it in.
Oh, I didn't know if you were trying to save water and you're pooping in the kids' diapers.
Ew.
Oh my God. You know something we never talk about as a society? I mean, I'm sure there's been conversations at some point, but it's something that we really don't talk about. When you go poop, that feeling, and you know what I'm talking about. You sit down and you've got that cramp. I mean, that like it hurts in your stomach, and you know.
Is it going to be bad?
Well, I mean, not even that. You're not even thinking about the one that I'm talking about is you're already sitting down and you're like, this monster's got to come out. It's got to come out. And it's not. And like, it's just this pain.
Like somebody stabbing you?
Yeah. So like, you're like.
So you hunch over?
Or you start rocking.
You rock?
You're like, I don't know how science works, but I'm pretty sure if I lean and go like this, it'll come. It's got to work, right?
Probably whisper some prayers.
Have you ever hit yourself in the stomach?
Please.
Have you ever done that?
What?
Have you ever hit yourself in the stomach?
I don't think I've done that. Does that work?
I don't know. I know. I was
sitting there just like punching yourself. Maybe that's why your stomach's hurting.
I've done it before. Like I'd be sitting
Punch
there.
yourself?
I'd be sitting there on the toilet and like
That's desperation, right?
it hurts. So I'll start pushing on
I
it.
don't know what else to do. I'm just gonna punch it.
Like I'll push on it, right? Like in and out, trying to be like, oh my God, whatever's tied up, please just untie and fall out, please. And like it's hurting, and then I'll just be like, oh, come on, get out of there. Like I'm doing CPR on myself. I'm like on the
my
toilet. I'm like rocking
gosh.
back and forth. My knuckles are white because I'm like gripping the sides of the toilet. And then like a ball will come out, just like a small turd ball, and the pain will go away. And I'm like, how did that cause the discomfort that I was just in? It makes no logical sense. Now, back to the sleepover. I'm a bad friend. So Tim is one of the very few people that I communicate with on a constant basis outside of work. And I don't go hang out with him ever. Because I just had to time manage my poop. You know what I mean? Like I don't get to go hang out with friends on a regular basis. So I looked at this opportunity as, hey, you know, I've seen on TV where people send their kids to a sleepover, and then like by 12 o'clock at night, they're calling the parents talking about come get the kid. So I was like, why don't I just go too? I'll have a sleepover with my friend. He'll have, you know, and then our kids will have a sleepover together. We'll make a night of it. I took podcasting equipment, my guitar. I was like, we're going to have a fun time. Turns out that didn't work because we were in charge of 2 little kids. So we didn't really, I don't know what I was thinking.
Why your expectations were up here.
Yeah, I was like, this is going to be great.
Reality, they should have been like down here.
Yeah. No, we did have a fun time. But I don't know why I was thinking we'd have like time away from the kids that we were watching. I don't know what was going through my brain. Now, this is the only reason I brought it up. Because, I mean, there wasn't nothing spectacular about it. It was a little sleepover for little boys. It was fun. Luke and Riley are really into Spider-Man. Both of us have the Spider-Man game on the PlayStation 4, which they play, which is amazing. We go over there, and I knew that was definitely one of the things that was going to happen at this sleepover. They were going to play Spider-Man. Well, as a little kid, you get excited, right? Riley had his Spider-Man pajamas. Oh, no, we didn't even take the Spider-Man pajamas this time. He did. He had a Spider-Man shirt and some shorts. And then Luke was like, well, he runs off. And when he comes back, he's wearing this Miles Morales Spider-Man costume that he got for his birthday. I mean, like, the hood, everything. Like, they are pumped. Spider-Man time! Like, they're into it. They're having fun, you know? Well, at some point, Luke had to go to the bathroom. So he runs off, he goes to the bathroom. And apparently this costume, and I didn't know that costumes were made this way, but it had a little zipper down where the, you know.
Oh, that's such a good idea.
Right. Down where his little winky is.
Because it's like a one piece. Does it tie or zip up in the back?
Yeah.
Too?
But then it also has the escape pod for the front. So you don't have to take the thing all the way off to use the bathroom.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, apparently he couldn't get it back up, I guess. So he comes out the bathroom, walks down the hallway and into the living room where we are. Now, this is what I see. Because, I mean, I'm not involved with him going to the bathroom. I didn't even know that's where he went. All of a sudden, Spider-Man standing there, full costume, and his twigs and berries are hanging out of that costume. And he's just standing there, and I'm like, Tim? Spider-Man needs some help. Now, and Tim's embarrassed because, you know, his kid just came out the bathroom and, you know, his junk's hanging out. But we're all parents and we know that's what happens. So Tim takes him over there and like he's trying to get him zipped up and stuff. And I hear him go, why did you pull him all the way out? Like that's one of the things I heard because he did. Like as a guy, when I go pee, you know, like we have urinals, you stand up and pee. You don't pull your testicles out. You just, you know.
So he just pulled
he pulled, like he had to reach in there and grab it. Yeah, it's like, I'm going to pull it all out. And when he came out, it was still all out. Well, that was one of the things I heard. I think I heard him go, why did you pull him? Pull them all out?
Stuff it back in?
Yeah, I guess that's what Tim had to do.
Poke at it?
But then I heard him go, why don't you have any underwear on? so now I'm like, Spider-Man butt naked under that costume. Butt naked. And I'm dying. It's great. I was like, this is perfect. Perfect sleepover. And then it was a little while later, I guess he decided I don't want to wear the costume anymore and took it off. Right there in the living room, no underwear on or anything. And I was like, isn't it great that we grow out of that as a people? Some people don't.
Well, I mean, some people don't.
Some people don't. Some people do not. But Tim goes, Luke, you got to go put some clothes on. He goes, nah, I'm good. And he sits down on the couch with his legs open, just looking at TV. And Tim was like, oh no. So he had to pick him up, take to put clothes on. I was like, this is awesome. But you're going through that.
Were you sitting there going, oh, thank God it's not my kid?
But I mean, it is. Our kids do that.
I know, but isn't it nice the moments like it's somebody else's kid? Yeah. You don't feel so alone.
Yeah.
You're like, it's not just me going through this stuff.
You know a weird transition that we went through? Before you have kids and you go out to a restaurant and like, I know you've been in this situation. You hear somebody's kids crying and you're just sitting there like, I hate that I came out here and paid money and I've got to listen to some kid cry. Shut up. That's what I say to you.
It doesn't even faze me anymore. I'm used to it.
I've been there, and I
have
understand the thought process. But now that I am a parent, I'm like, I get it.
There's been several times where I've been out in public places, restaurants, and other places. And at one time I was in Target. But where you see especially a new parent. I know the time I was in Target, I saw it was a lady, and she had a little baby, a newborn, and she didn't have any other kids with her, so I'm assuming it may have been her only child.
Yeah, the baby's crying.
And it was crying, and you could see she was panicking. Right. She's out in public.
I just want to walk up.
Oh my God, people are looking at me. Please stop crying. Yeah. And I so just want to go to her and be like, it's okay.
It's fine.
It's okay.
Don't worry about it.
Baby's going to cry. That's what they do. Yeah. And it's okay. Because I know as a new parent, I probably had that panic-stricken look out in public, and your kids screaming their head off, and you're like, oh dear God, please stop. I'm so embarrassed. Now
he's leaning. Stop screaming right now. You know what? It happens. It happens. It's life.
We were beside a family one time at a restaurant. It was a couple with a newborn baby, and probably one of their sets of parents, the grandparents. And the baby starts crying. And these poor people, it was first the mom would try to soothe the baby, then the dad, then the grandparents were taking him, and one by one they're getting up and they're walking, they're trying to comfort this poor baby, and I felt so bad for them. I really, really.
Oh, I remember. This was a couple years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I felt so bad for him. I wanted to go over there and be like, "Do you want me to take a turn, so you can eat?"
It's a stranger just walks up. Hey, can I hold your baby? I know he's crying a lot.
And I didn't.
You can't do that.
I didn't do it. Yeah. But the mom part of me, I felt so bad for. They're trying to. I think we were finishing up. We were, and I was like, should I go ask them if they want me to hold the baby while they eat so they can eat? Because I know as a new parent, just trying to feed yourself, it's difficult sometimes. I didn't do it. But yeah, that's where I'm at in my journey of
now,
parenthood.
It's not the same thing, but sometimes I mess up at work and have a situation very similar to what you're talking about.
You have to catch yourself and go, "Oh, that's not my kid." I don't.
No. Not about children. This is sometimes I this is what happens. First of all, for anybody that doesn't know what I look like, I'm a big guy. I've got tattoos, big beard. I have a mohawk. It's not like a crazy punk rock mohawk, but it's a mohawk. Well, at work, I have a vest that I have to wear, and it's very, very obvious that I work there because I wear this vest. Yeah. And you wear it all the time. Well, every now and then there'll be a reason that I don't have it on, and I'll forget that I don't have it on.
Oh, so you're just dressed in regular clothes.
Yeah, so and I'll hey, you finding everything okay? And they're like,
who the heck are you?
I'll see the look and I'll go, "Oh, sorry. Yeah, I work here. I was just on my way out and I saw that you needed and I have to explain myself. You know what I mean? So yeah, you can't walk up to somebody that they don't know you and just go, "Can I hold your baby? You want me to hold your baby while you eat?" No, I do not.
I'm like, can you please back away from me? Because you're freaking me out. Yeah, if someone had done that to me with my baby, I would have been like, "No, you weirdo." But I'm just saying, being on the other side of it now.
I feel bad
of
for
that
him.
With little babies. There's still a lot we're not on the other side of. Yeah, it so doesn't bother me.
I just want to put my hand on their shoulder and go, "It's cool. Don't even sweat it. It's fine.
This too shall pass."
Yeah.
Be just wait until they're pulling their twig and berries out in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Then you'll
dressed as Spider-Man.
Then you'll really be embarrassed.
I'm going to remember that the rest of my life.
Newborn baby crying, that's nothing.
It's not even loud yet.
Yeah.
It's not even loud, dude.
It's because, they have, it's like a switch. It just happens one day where their cry, it switches from that sweet, innocent little newborn, "Oh, help me, please. I need to be fed," or something. There's something wrong. And then all of a sudden one day they cry and they're not that sweet, innocent little baby anymore. No, and you're like, "Oh my God, cry. Will you please just stop? You're fine. There's nothing wrong."
That's another thing you learn how to do when you become a parent. We could be sitting up here, you and I, with someone that's not a parent, and the kids will start screaming downstairs. And the person that doesn't have kids will immediately go, "Oh my God, something's wrong."
Like,
you and I,
no, that's
we can
not a
sit
hurt
here
cry.
and
They're fine.
we can listen to that scream and go, somebody's not sharing a toy. Somebody just took a toy or somebody got hurt. Like, we know the difference in the screams.
I mean, how much screaming happened this morning over the little fireman toys? Mm-hmm. There's two little, the Fisher-Price little people.
Yep.
We have the fire truck set, and we also have a bazillion other little people sets. We have like thousands of little people. We got the zoo and the carnival and the playhouse and dump trucks, fire trucks, minivans. We have so much little people, and they wanted to fight over the firemen.
Realistically.
Because they were putting out imaginary fires on the end of the couch, and there was not enough firemen to go around.
Realistically, in that tote of little people stuff that you put together, how many toys, individual toys, do you think there are?
I have no idea.
Just take a guess.
Probably 200.
So 200 individual toys. There are 3 small children, and they will fight over toys. It makes no sense to me.
Oh, yeah. And there was blood-curdling screams that happened. But you learn to differentiate. Yep. It's kind of like how animals communicate, you know? Like, they use different sounds. It's the same with children. Yeah. Their cry will let you know if they're just being a little jerk or if they're hurt or sad.
All right. It's time for that wonderful part of the episode where we promote ourselves. Patreon.com/The Bob and Katie Show. If you enjoy what you're hearing, just like these other people here recently, we've been picking up patrons recently. It's amazing. Go to patreon.com/The Bob and Katie Show. And here's the thing. For all current patrons and for everybody new, we're still running the thing until it gets overwhelming. If you want us to make an animal noise for you to use as a text message tone or a ringtone, or just because you want to make fun of us, become a patron at patreon.com/The Bob and Katie Show. Send us a message and let us know what animal you want. When we gave a shout out to Jam last week, we did, or it wasn't last week, it was like 2 weeks ago, but it was the last episode. We did duck noises. I've already sent those to her. It was a couple days late. Jam, I'm sorry. I got it to you not as fast as I could, but as fast as life would allow me to do it. We just picked up, Don is our newest patron. He hasn't sent us the message yet, so guess what, guys? You don't have to hear us make animal noises today, but as soon as you're ready, just send us a message. Let us know what animal you want. We'll get it your way. And for all of you patrons that were already there before we did this, send us a message. We'll do it for you too, because we love you all. That's patreon.com/
The Bob and Katie Show.
Here's another thing. Facebook, social media, it is not our friend. We can communicate with you there, but to see our stuff, it's going to be very difficult for you because there's all these algorithms in place now that stop that from happening unless we give Facebook money. Now, we're not trying to give Facebook money. We're trying to get your money. So we're not going to get your money and then give it to Facebook. That's not the plan. So what we need you to do is if you do see a post from us, like it, share it, let Facebook know that people are interested. Most importantly, go to our Facebook page, and up at the top, we have the email list. Go sign up for it. We do not send these emails out enough. Yeah, sign up for the email, and this next email is actually going to have something kind of cool in it. 2 episodes ago, you revealed your Aladdin picture that you colored for me, and we put that out in our email so everybody could see it. And I told you that I was going to color you a picture from my coloring book. And I'm going to tell you what, I went all out. So we have, if you have any kids listening, maybe now's not the time. I have a coloring book, and what is it called? Because I don't have it on me right now. It's like the Big Adventures of Tiny Dick or something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
And it's like cartoon characters of penises. And we picked out the penis driving a monster truck. And instead of actually coloring in the book, I took a picture of it and imported it in my iPad and
I know,
drew
you
it
just
all out.
had to show me up. You just had to be better. Let
me tell you what.
I colored with my own hands, Bob. With my own hands.
It looks amazing. Don't you think so? Did you? I sent it to you. I know you saw it, right?
Yeah.
So we are going to send that out in the email with this.
I don't know, but I'm not sending people dick pictures in the email.
What? We shouldn't? Should we have people request it? I mean, look at him, though. He's driving a monster truck.
No, it's awesome.
Look, I drew all of those individual people in the stands. And there's clouds and there's even tire tracks. in the dirt. I went all out on this thing. Should we not send this out?
I'm not sending dick pics. No. I just don't feel right about it.
Well, then you know what? We'll open this up for everybody. I'm going to take the burden on myself. If you want to see Bob's penis driving monster truck picture, then email the Bob and Katie Show at gmail.com and go, hey, Bob, send me that dick pic, and I will get it right over.
I'll agree to that.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, as long as it's just that one.
Yeah. So what do you think about all this Facebook stuff that's going on?
Like how they be listening in on stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like using Facebook. My personal, my personal Facebook page. I all but don't use it anymore. I just, I have 3 kids, and it just was sucking up a lot of valuable time.
Yeah.
Because you get on Facebook, and sometimes you be scrolling and you go, oh my God, I've been looking at this for 30 minutes and just nothing. Mm-hmm. Just nothing. Nothingness. Just memes and crap. And don't get me wrong, I do love me a good meme. Mm-hmm. But I was just...
What do you think about that one I sent you the other day? There was a picture of a guy.
Ocean,
he's just
sitting there drinking.
With his clothes on. Looks like he's wearing a suit. He's just in the water drinking a beer, and it just said, I don't know what's going on with this dude, but I'm pretty sure he has kids. Oh my, I saw that and I started dying. Now, I didn't read too deep into the story, and I'd actually asked you to kind of look into it, but
I haven't.
Didn't allow. But basically, this is what happened. A couple weeks ago, I guess it came to light that Facebook had hired like a third-party business, like contractors, to come in, and what they paid them to do was any time that you used Facebook Messenger and you did the text to talk, they listened to it to make sure.
Or didn't they listen to people's calls? Because you can do audio or video calls through Facebook Messenger.
Right. And they paid this company to listen to your words to make sure everything was working properly. I'm going to be like, what?
I mean, it doesn't surprise me because you can think about something, and then if you go on Facebook, there's going to be an ad for it. It creeped me out the day I found out I was pregnant with Reese. Mm-hmm. I mean, I had literally just taken the pregnancy test. I hadn't even told you yet. I get on Facebook, and there's ads for pregnancy tests and ultrasounds, and I was like, this is witchcraft. What is going on?
Well, I read a little more into that, and this is actually, I do not want anybody to email me and tell me I'm wrong. I am telling you guys up front, I'm probably wrong. But from the stuff that I read at a very quick pace, you're logged into Facebook on your phone, but then you go to Google and you search things. And apparently, somehow, Facebook is a part of all of these websites out there. Anytime that you go to log in somewhere and you get this message that says, do you want to log in with Facebook? That's because Facebook is teamed up with these people. They take all of the information of everywhere that you search, whether it's you probably Googled pregnancy test or something like that. And Facebook knew, hey, there's something going on with you, so we're going to pump ads about pregnancy tests and baby clothes and things like that. If you go to porn sites, Facebook is getting this information and tying it to you. Facebook is nothing but an ad generator. That's what it is. That's how it makes its money. They've even announced that they're going to come up with this update for Facebook where you can go in and disassociate. The thing that attracted my attention is it used the word disassociate, not delete. So I looked into that, and it actually won't delete your information because they don't have to. It's not a legal thing. They'll just take everything
creepy.
They'll take everything you've done.
I feel violated
on Google and these websites and stuff, and just keep that information as
anonymously.
Yeah, as anonymously. So everything that you do on your phone, people are looking at it. People are hearing it. Google and Apple both ceased human operations on listening to things that people say. This is I understood the concept of what they were doing. We want this speech thing to work.
Yeah.
So we need to know, is it working well? We need to look at the words and we need to hear the conversations to make sure this product we're putting out there is
I get
working.
that.
I understand that concept, but why couldn't they have just gone to their company and went, hey, we need 50 volunteers to use this app, and this app, and we're going to listen to it and make sure the words are working right. Instead of like...
Yeah, there could have been a better way than like infringing on people's privacy.
Yeah. And it's not,
I don't know.
It's not that it's infringing on people's privacy because we all click, yeah, we agree. Do you agree to the terms? And yeah, agree. And nobody reads it.
It was probably in there.
Yeah, nobody reads
ever
it.
reads that crap.
But we as a society just assume if I send you a message on Messenger, nobody's looking at it but me and you. And that's not the case. For all of you spunky people out there that have sent nudes through your Facebook Messenger, somebody's seen them. People are looking at it. People are listening to what you say. Anytime you use speech to text, they have access to that. It's saved. I went into my phone for like 30 minutes and went through every single one of my apps and anything that had access to microphones, photos. I disconnected it all. Mm-hmm. Right now, for me to put something on Facebook, like when we get done with this episode and I come up with some artwork, when I go to Facebook and hit post, I have to go to my settings and allow Facebook access to my photos. Then I'll pick the picture, save it, and then disconnect it again. And that's why you won't be seeing a whole lot of pictures be thrown up by Bob, because Bob don't give Facebook access to stuff anymore until I have to.
Idea.
Yeah. So it's aggravating for me to post stuff on Facebook because I have to go into my settings and readjust them every single time. We ever stop doing this podcast, y'all gonna see Bob just disappear.
Bob going off the grid.
I have two phones. I have a personal phone and then I have a work phone. We quit this podcast. Bob's personal phone, gone. It is going to disappear. And I'm not going to tell anybody. People just going to call my number one day and it's going to be like, this number is no longer active. Whatever that message is, that's what's going to happen. I'm telling you, I'm going to end up being that dude in a cabin in the woods somewhere with no electricity because I'm tired of people looking at my stuff.
Mm-hmm. It's so creepy. It's so creepy to think about.
And the bad part about it is I love the technology. I don't have anything against the technology. I love it.
That's the trade-off, though.
Yeah.
That's the trade-off.
It's
you get
crazy.
all this cool stuff, but you lose things. And I think it's gone really far, and people haven't paid attention because everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, this is great! Look what you can do through Facebook now."
Now, don't get scared, listeners. I don't want you to get off social media because I want you to share our show because that's very important to us.
There's other ways
Yeah.
other than like actually physically going up to someone and talking to them, or a real phone call where people hear your voice,
Right.
or those type of things that we don't do anymore.
We don't. And we have a child again. We'll be right back. And we're back.
So, speaking of other things that are just kind of crazy, something that came to my attention the other day, the nursery rhyme, Old King Cole.
I'm not super familiar with it.
You're not super familiar with Old King Cole? I'll tell you the lyrics. Hang on.
Is that legal? Can you do that? That's probably
It's a
okay, right?
nursery rhyme.
Okay.
All right. Old King Cole was a merry old soul, and a merry old soul was he. Mm-hmm. He called for his pipe, and he called for his bowl. And
Wait, is this about drugs?
And he called for his fiddlers 3.
Okay.
Every fiddler had a fiddle, and a very fine fiddle had he. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's none so rare as can compare with King Cole and his fiddlers 3. So, Old King Cole, they don't know who it's based off of, if it's based off of a real
Is that the
person
whole
or just
nursery
made up.
rhyme?
Yeah,
What
well,
is it?
I think so.
Okay. I'm very confused.
So I'm listening. The kids are watching something, and they're singing Old King Cole, right? And I'm like in the other room, and it just I'm just listening, right? Old King Cole was a merry old soul. It means he was happy. He called for his pipe. He called for his bowl.
So he had a pipe
called
and a bowl.
for his fiddlers 3. So I don't know what he was smoking in his pipe, but he was smoking something. Mm-hmm. He had a bowl of something to eat.
Mm-hmm. Or a bowl of something to smoke, because a lot of people call bowls like,
Who knows? Who knows? And then he called for his musician friends.
Yep. Let's all get high and play music
I was
together.
like, this song.
What?
Oh, King Cole, he liked to party. He was like, all right, guys.
He was a merry old soul,
Let me
that
give me
old
something
King
to
Cole.
eat and get my pipe. And y'all come in here and play me some music. Come on. We're going to have a good time. He was living it up. He was partying.
That's awesome.
And it just hit me. Like, I've heard this song a million times. And I was like, dang. And the kids are singing it. And I'm like, is this appropriate?
Why don't they retire stuff like that? I mean, things that just don't make sense anymore.
Because, I mean, it's been around for hundreds of years.
Yeah. So what?
So
what if it's been around for hundreds of years?
Well, that's
Little
it.
Miss Muffet.
So we don't
what's her name? What's her name?
Little Miss Muffet?
Yeah, she sat on a tuffet. What's a tuffet?
Hang on.
See, you don't even know.
I'm going to Google it.
It's some kind of chair, right? We don't say tuffet.
know.
We don't do it. She was eating her curds and whey. When's the last time you cooked me some curds and whey? I don't know what a curd is.
Like a cheese curd?
Yeah, I don't know what that is either. I know what a cheese curl is. I know what a cheese puff is. I don't know what a cheese curd. If somebody let me say, you want a cheese curd? I'd be like, I don't know if I want a curd. I don't think I want that. But she was on her tuffet, eating her curds and whey, and along came a spider. We have spiders, so I mean, I get that part. I know what a spider is. And it scared Miss Muffet away. That's fine. But what's a tuffet and, what's some curds and whey? Like, why don't we retire this stuff?
I don't know.
Is that something that's used actively somewhere else? Like, is that like an over-the-water type of saying that they still use? For any of you listeners over there in England and the UK and stuff, let us know if... Because I'm just... It
How
sounds
do you know
like...
that? Why are you just thinking that this came from England? It could have come from somewhere else.
I mean, it could have, yeah. But I mean...
England's older than us, so probably they know.
Yeah, they probably know. I mean, they have words over there that sounds like this, like... what's their money called? What is the money they use over there?
Pounds?
There was some other word I was thinking of. I don't know. Oh, from like, what is the movie with the lady in the umbrella and she flies through the sky and takes care of the kids?
Mary Poppins?
Yeah, there was a part in that movie where they were talking tuppence or something like that. The coins.
Okay.
That sounds like the words they're using I can't even remember the words anymore. Tuffet? Sounds like tumpet. Yeah. I'm not, that word, I'm probably just making that word up. Probably even right. I would ask Siri, but I've cut off that on my phone. I can't even talk to her anymore. To them, to the people listening, to the social media spies.
The origins of Little Miss Muffet are unclear, but according to Wikipedia, some claim that it was written by Dr. Thomas Muffet, an English physician and entomologist, regarding his stepdaughter, Patience. Others claim it refers to Mary, Queen of Scots.
Where are these people from?
It does. England.
I'm sorry.
An English physician and
England, you say?
Yeah, I guess
England, you say? The same place that I said we should ask them if they say.
I said
What is
you were assuming, but it's from the
Mommy,
the doctor died in 1604.
Holy crap, that's a long time ago.
So this was written hundreds of years ago.
So you're not talking about 4:04 p.m. You're talking about 1600 and the year of our Lord and Savior, 1604. Okay. So do you see anything about what a tuffet is or what curds and whey are? Can you Google what are curds and whey? Is it like whey, like what is it, like wheat? Isn't that a word, whey? Like not weight, but like the type of food that you eat?
Yeah.
Boy, we are showing our ignorance, aren't we?
It's another name for cottage cheese.
What? So this girl just sitting on some weird chair eating cottage cheese by itself?
Yeah, some people eat cottage cheese by itself. I'm not a big fan. I can't do it.
I don't
some people eat cottage
with
cheese
things.
Some people eat cottage cheese with like fruit and stuff, and I can't do it. I can eat. My mom puts cottage cheese in her lasagna instead of ricotta. But I can't just eat cottage cheese.
So what's a tuffet? We know what curds and whey are now. What's a tuffet?
Hang on.
I want to know what this girl's doing with her cottage cheese and what kind of chair she's sitting in. Is it like a throne?
A tuffet, poofer, or hassock, I don't know if I'm saying that right, is a piece of furniture used as a footstool or low seat. It is distinguished from a stool in that it is completely covered in cloth so that no legs are visible.
Okay.
and is essentially a large, hard cushion that may have an internal wood frame to give it more rigidity.
Rigidity?
Did I
Is
say
that a
that
word?
right?
Rigidity?
Apparently, it's on Wikipedia.
Ooh, I like that. I'm going to bank that word, rigidity. Okay, check this out.
So she was sitting on like a little
a step stool. She was sitting on a stool. So I'm glad that that nursery rhyme was written there because it wouldn't work in America. Let me tell you why it wouldn't work in America. Little Miss Muffet sat on her stool eating her cottage cheese. Along came the spider and sat down beside her and said, "Hey, can I have some, please?" Because that's how that would work in America. Maybe we should have done that. That sounded real aggressive, like America's the best. That's not what I meant at all. America. No, yeah. Because in our story, to make that rhyme, the spider's nice and he has manners, you know? Instead of a scary spider that scares little Miss Muffet away. Now, I'm glad that that's not the case because our children need to know, hey, spiders can be dangerous. They're not going to be nice. They don't want cottage cheese. They want blood. They're like little vampires.
Not all of them?
What do you mean not all of them? Are there vegetarian spiders? Do some spiders not eat bugs?
I don't know.
What are you talking about? They're like little vampires.
Maybe you're right. Yeah, because I mean, spiders eat insects. There's one species of spider that prefers to eat mosquitoes that have just fed on blood, so that. But it does not eat blood outright.
You mean like a bowl of blood? It's not just sitting there eating a bowl of blood? Like little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet eating her bowl of blood? Along came a spider and sat down beside her. And
even if they wanted to, spiders are not physically equipped to suck blood. Is that correct? None of them?
I don't think so. They eat. They
can
it.
Bite.
Yeah.
But they can't like suck your blood like vampires.
Maybe they're not like vampires. I'll stand corrected. I'm man enough to know when I'm wrong. That's okay. I'm okay with that.
Huh. I feel like I've learned so much today.
What a fantastic episode.
Isn't it lovely when our episodes can be educational as well as entertaining?
Yeah. So let's recap, shall we? Spider-Man's Twigs and Berries, right? What else do we have?
Old King Cole liked to party.
Oh yeah, he did. We found out what a tuffet was.
And the internet is the devil.
Yeah.
Listens
Curds and whey.
Everything.
Penises driving monster trucks. Duck noises. No, that was last episode. Animal noises. What a fantastic episode. If you didn't have fun, that's on you, not on us. We did our job.
Shame on you.
Yeah. You guys got to learn how to take entertainment the right way. Just take it the right way. You have to learn how to go out there.
For bestowing my knowledge or, reading from Wikipedia.
Yeah, you have to take the stuff that we do and make it good for you. That's what you have to do. It's all about the mental capacity. I was listening to this the Dave Ramsey thing because we're poor and we want to make things better, and that's the podcast to listen to do it, I guess.
We're embarking on a journey to get out of debt.
We're trying to pay off them credit cards.
Stuff.
So go to patreon.com/the Bob and Katie Show and help us pay off our debt. Now, he said something that I really liked. There was this guy that had a dream he wanted to follow, not unlike us following the dream of the podcast heroes of the world, right? King Bob Podcast. That's what we talked about before, right? King Bob. That's me. I'm the king of podcast. Eventually, soon, it's going to happen. I'm going to be there. That's my dream. Now, this one guy called in and he was like, hey, I have a dream, but if I go all in on this, I'm going to lose a lot of income. And the guy was like, well, don't be stupid. You can't do that. You got to pay your bills. And he was like, I know that it might seem mundane to go to work every single day and keep this day job when you know, the dream is right on the outskirts. It's there and this is boring. But the guy was like, you know what you got to do? You got to look at it in a different way. As like, this isn't a boring day job. This is the job that's giving you the opportunity to follow your dream. You got to look at things.
Funding your dream.
Yeah, to fund your dream. You got to look at things in a different way. You have to.
But also, I have to argue this because I think that knowledge is great and it needs to be applied. You have to make smart decisions, especially when it comes to finances.
Okay.
Duh. Everybody knows. Everybody knows money makes the world go round. So you have to make smart decisions. But also, I think you have to know there are times in life where taking a leap of faith is a good thing.
Yes.
So I don't know. You gotta have balance. You gotta judge each situation uniquely because I'm very much the logical thinker. Like in our our dynamic, you're
100%.
the dreamer, and I'm like, let's think logically about this. But at the same time, there have definitely been times in my life where I can look back and go, I'm glad I took this leap of faith. I was scared to death, and I'm glad I did it, and thank God it worked out.
Because in our relationship, if in an alternate universe I'm not married to you, I'm living at home with my parents doing a podcast out of my bedroom with because I mean, like, I'm one of those people that I would go all in for a dream regardless of the consequences. So thank you for being a part of my life. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Do you want to know how to make things better in your life? Well, Bob and Katie are going to tell you the steps right now to make things better in the world. Here it goes. I want you to lean in. If you're listening to this externally on a speaker, get closer to that speaker. If you got headphones on, turn them up. You're going to want this information. If you're listening through your car, roll your windows down, turn the volume up, let everybody
Preferably
hear.
while you're pumping gas.
Yeah, let everybody.
Like some people do.
Yeah, they turn the radios up while they're pumping gas. Like, you don't need to listen to this right now.
Like, do you ever wonder, like, is that their favorite song? Or are they like, I can't pause this long enough to pump my gas.
Yeah.
I've got to jam out.
And the worst part is
I want everyone else to hear it with me.
When people put these speakers in their trunk and then they don't put padding behind like the tag. So like every time the bass goes off, you hear the tag.
I can promise you this, that, and I'm not saying it won't happen. In my 30-some years on this earth, I have never once been pumping my gas and somebody been playing a song that I was like, yes, that's my jam, turn it up. Usually
it's never
I'm like,
happened.
Dear God, please turn it down.
It's never happened.
Not yet. Maybe it will one day. I'm hoping. I hope that one day there will be another person I can connect with at the gas station over a great piece of music. I would love for that to happen.
So here we go. Some advice for everybody. This is how you're going to help make the world a better place. Step 1. Get the link to this episode and share it with everybody. Go on social media, email people, text people.
Go door to door.
Go to your neighbor's house.
That's kind of weird.
Show them your phone and go,
you got to listen to this right now.
This changed my life. This is it right here. This is it. This is what's taken over America. The Bob and Katie Show. Now, the next 2 steps, you have to do this together.
Step number 2.
Step number 2 and step number 3. Are you ready? Turn your volume up. Here it goes. Find your laugh.
Find your happy.
This has been a Cabcast Studios production. For more episodes and information, visit cabcaststudios.com.